Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. So this is a 12 by 24 inch canvas, and in actuality I want to paint horizontal stripes on a vertical canvas, and the only way to fit it in for you to see and for me to put the colors down is to start this in this orientation. I'm going to do weird stuff, lots and lots of weird stuff. I'm going to do Colourarte 24 karat gold, in a bunch of places, and other colors laid over it. No paint chips if I can help it. I love how I mix my Colourarte 24 karat gold because it's got Floetrol and GAC 800 in it, and really it's nice and loose. I don't know what I'm going to get by doing this. This is dazzling white. I'm going to try and make it a little more organic. I expect to be able to scrape some paint off on with my spatula and utilize it for whatever I want. Now it's time to choose colors. I think I'm going to go back This is my water lily. And Plum Blossom. And Red Violet is pretty close. I'm also going to use Rhapsody Rose. I was not sure I was going to use Tickled Pink, but I am. I really want that pink carnation open. There we go. And with that, I'm going to add Orange Crush. And possibly some saffron and maybe something else. I'm going to go ahead and indulge myself in some Blue Flame. A little Oriental blue. I'm going to use some saffron. I might even use some red. Been contemplating it. I have Dancing Fuchsia and Ginger Flower and Miami Magenta. I think the Miami Magenta is coming first. That will probably be even better than red. Little Dancing Fuchsia. Which is obviously closing up. Which I would like to not be the case, but it is anyway. Now if I stop now, I might have enough paint to go on, but I want some periwinkle. And I'm pretty sure I want some blue velvet. had open a moment ago and has gone where? There it is. I love it when a plan comes together, and I shook it before I started. I'm hearing the call to turquoise. And I've got Frozen or I've got Vibrant Aqua, and I might use one or both, but the Frozen is coming first. And I think I'm going to put some of that right up here as well. Might as well try the Vibrant Aqua. Oh, that's Mystique. No, Vibrant Aqua right here. Peel the little tab off my top. I think another little bit of red violet on both ends. Alright, so I've got a plate for scridlins, which is what I sometimes call residuals, and I think I'm going to need it. Where to start? Take my residuals at this point, put them across the bottom. I can always go back and add more paint to the missing areas if there are any. I'm going to limit the number of strokes that I put down. Oh, I've got paint dripping off my edge. So I'll just rub that into the end. This should be I want to invent a tool with a 45-degree angle on the handle. I should have wiped it off between, and I should not have just knocked that. Okay, I needed a clean spatula because I just put my fingernail into the painting and I didn't want to do that. That one I'll wipe off. I've got a studio sponge that often gets left to dry out and still seems somehow to function, which is, in my opinion, miraculous. I'm just going to switch directions. I'm going to try and clean off my spatula on my edge. I might even wipe it off. Stop and wait, let my residuals relax right off the spatula. And I'm going to take my excess off every time, and I'm going to wait until I see that I can fill in that spot. I might have to pull out a little canvas to put my residuals on because they're so pretty. I think I can get away with those colors. I used to do stripes in watercolor. I'm awfully happy to have discovered this method here, with the exception of that bubble. I think it might be time to turn my scrape dish and wipe my tool off. I don't know if I could use less paint or not. But I like having enough to make sure that I don't have a lot of canvas showing. And obviously I want to stroke as little as possible because the more I stroke, the more I mix things. Unless you like that, in which case, perfect. I thought about doing this and also using cell activator. And I could still do that if I wanted to. This blue is kind of bugging me up here. So I take a risk. And of course, while the paint is still wet, you can go back in and lay down more striped colors if you wanted to. So I start away from the edge with the paint, and then I bring it over and I have a blade full, and I go back and I put it on at the beginning of the stroke. And for right now, that might be very close to being it for this stage, unless I decide that I want to do something else, like add cell activator, which I really haven't decided on one way or the other. I did see there was something I wanted to fix, but I kind of like the anomalous marks. I'm very tempted to use black and or more gold. Really tempted to use black. Where's the black? Could also do white. I don't know if I'm going to integrate that or not. I might want to in a couple places, especially in the spot I just dropped the edge of the bottle on. Trying to make my marks uneven, and I'm trying to embrace my droplets. I really like the black, actually. Glad I did it. So now the question is, do I want to do the white and the gold? And I kind of do. Might as well make it as different as possible. And it will just integrate itself. I could also use my rubber brushes to go across, and I might do that right now just to get rid of that one blob. Well, now I've got a blob and a point. Never mind. So what's left is any more white and then some gold. And if I go all the way across, of course, I don't get the blob. Yes, I did. I went back and did that. Kind of feel like silver would be a good alternative to the gold too, but there's already gold in here, so. I've got one little bottle mark. So I'm going to do some partials. Okay, so I don't think there's enough there to tip. I kind of want to play with it a little bit. See what happens when I use my spatula. For integration purposes. I like the black. Kind of wondering if it's trying to sink on me or not. Well, that's a weird mark. So I'm going to need a couple more of those. And the edge of the spatula makes a nice thin line. Assuming that it'll stay and doesn't sink. I wish I could put a few droplets down of gold. Maybe I ought to just do it. Grab a little container. Look for a paintball skewer. As long as we've got the black dots in there, we might as well have some gold dots in there too. I intend on blacking my edges. And I think if you wanted to, once you do the stripes, you could go back in and do all kinds of stripes with dots. Just layer them across. I'm kind of thinking I would like some dancing fuchsia dots because I've already started this weird process. I might as well try it. I don't really feel like I've got anything to lose by trying it. I think you could just keep going. Kind of want some turquoise, but I'm afraid you'll be gone. Can I get away with it? I'd like to just drop it right out of the bottle. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the compliments that keep my morale boosted. Thank you for the donations that help keep me painting. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you watch longer or watch some of the commercials or make a comment, those things are all super helpful to me. My creative playlists are on my YouTube channel, And if you go to my YouTube channel banner, you'll find the PayPal icon. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links on my link tree. My community board will show you tomorrow's videos. If you have questions or you want the paint pouring recipe, ask me questions, it will. The paint pouring recipe is below Show More. When you click Show More, you're going to find my email address. Thank you for everything. Shop my Amazon link, please. You can buy anything you want from there. And my 2 books are there, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, volumes 1 and 2. Thank you again for being here. I love you guys dearly. You inspire the heck out of me. Bye for now. Priscilla out.